I'm here today to hang up with my gunster in paradise, my spirit guides, because I've been feeling Anubis, and I think he has something for us. So let's see. So I'm going to call my guides and Anubis. And I see a portal in front of me that I'm going to walk forward. And now that I am in the other side, I am at nighttime. For some reason, it's always nighttime in ancient Egypt, and I see in front of me the Sphinx in Anubis. And he tells me to follow him, and we go through a hidden door in the Sphinx. I said hidden door because it's in between the two legs, but there's no door until we reach the wall, and then some hole opens and we walk forward inside there, and it closes again. And so there's like a staircase or something to go down under the earth, like a passage. And he tells me we are going to walk the walk of death. He means spiritual death. That this is going to prepare us for what's to come. And I feel like something is gonna happen like in the next month or so with our energies. Some type of elevation or upgrade, something good. So we're walking through this passage, and it's a very long walk. But yeah, the walls are long too. And I see a light at the end of this tunnel-looking place where we are, and this light flickers at the end of the tunnel passage. And when we enter, it's very bright inside. And the walls, they are golden symbols that move around. They're not staying on the same place. They cannot even go forward into the air space. They're not stuck to the wall. They kind of like push themselves forward and back a little bit. They're not flying around. They're just still attached to the wall, but like forward. Is very interesting. Okay, so I see in the middle of the room a type of pot, like it looks kind of like a sarcophagus, but it has something on top covering it, like kind of like a bubble or transparent roundish thing. I don't know how to. Anyway, I asked Anubis if he has anything to say. He's saying that there's energies, false beliefs, lies that we tell ourselves, stuck energies that we need to release before the next level that we are waiting for of energy. So he tells me to go inside this pod, and I do that, and then the bubble thingy on top closes. It's not solid. It's kind of like if you were looking at an aura or something that you cannot touch. The feeling inside of this place is, I feel the vibration, like if it shakes a little bit. And I start to see this purplish light coming from the inside of the box where I am. And it glows very slowly, kind of like pulses, but like not in a fast motion. And feels very peaceful. He's saying that the collected in general, in a way, but in a different way, a small percentage of the collective that are more aware of things going on with the energies and all that they've been feeling a lot of things going on with them, like a lot of changes. They're losing maybe friends that they have for a long time, family members, and this happened before in another part of their lives, and that was like an initiation. They're trying to call it something else. Dark night of the soul. Okay, so that happened before, where we lost friends and family members, and we have to do things that maybe were not in their eyes, okay? But now this time is even bigger. This time your perception and your awareness is to the next level. You're no longer putting up with anything that is bringing your vibration down, basically. You really know what you want and what you don't want. This is like the last steps of the embodiment of your sovereignty. It's like, you're right there to a big change. Because for any transformation or change in timelines, what you need to do is change your perception and be able to see the truth of everything and everybody. And that's what's happening. You are seeing all of that. And there's also energies that are trying to stop you from accomplishing this part of your journey. So there's things coming up from the past, and to make you feel like you're back to square one in your game. Like you didn't accomplish much. to make you feel stuck. But do not fret, they say. You got this. That's why we're here right now, in this pod, clearing the little bit left that has to be clear for this to happen. Anubis put his hands forward where I am without touching that bubble on top of me. And the bubble starts changing colors. There's a purple color little bubble that goes towards the head and lands in the third eye. And it's kind of like a ball of energy, purple color, spinning around. And it's right now on top of my third eye, or your third eye. And slowly sinking into the forehead. And I see it going down back, almost to the middle of the head, towards the back, where the pineal gland is supposed to be, I think. And it's doing something where I see little crystals breaking off, that they were covering the third eye. Wow, that's so interesting, because he was talking about the perception, changing the perception. Oh, I'm getting so many chills in my head. Ooh. So this bubble is clearing things around the third eye and the mind, so you can perceive better the truth of everything, of who you are, who they are, and to be able to see things from the perspective of the divine, as your higher self, as the God and Goddess in you, in balance. Oh, and now I see the two parts of the brain, the left and the right hemisphere, and in the middle I see a light, also purple, like in a zigzag, going from one to the other one and going down. And it looks like electricity. And it's reminding me of Tesla for some reason, from his Tesla 1. So the two hemispheres of the brain are being connected. And now I see, like if you were looking at an X-ray, the brain, I see the brain glowing from the black and white X-ray. He said, it's done, it's working. I guess he did an X-ray with his mind to make sure he can see everything. I continue to be inside this place. And now he says you can come out. And we walk a little bit forward into another hallway where there's like a big space. And it has kind of like a pool inside. That's interesting. in the middle of like an indoor pool, but it's not square, it's round. And then on the right side, there's an annoying motorcycle going on in the streets. Okay, he's gone. And on the right side, I see what looks like a lotus flower, but very big. And Anubis puts his hand forward like a magician. Oh, by the way, Anubis is a shaman. He can do anything. And so with his hand, with his energy, he kind of like grabs from far away this flower and puts it in the middle of this round pool. And then the flower is inside the pool, and he tells me to go in the water. So I go in the water, and from under the water, in the middle of the flower, from underneath, there's an opening, and I go up from there, and all of a sudden I am sitting inside the flower. The flower closes, and I am inside this cocoon. The flower starts to spin to the right side. I see a lot of energy around the flower. And it starts to slow down, and when it stops, the flower starts opening up. And I see myself in the middle of the flower, but my skin color is different. It has like a different glow. It's very interesting because the glow is like golden, right? But at some point it turns into a bluish tone. Oh my goodness, this is this is a saying that your DNA from that was dormant before, that has to do with some beings from other planets, maybe blue beings, since the blue color, is being activated again. Anubis is very quiet, so I don't know. Do you want to say anything? In order to rebirth your new realities, you must let die the older reality that carries the frequencies that you don't want to bring to your new one. That is why the releasing of people in your lives that are no longer bringing you what you need must go. And not only they must go in the physical, they must go also in the ethers. And with that, I mean their energy, the way that you think of them, the way that you feel for them must change. You're no longer you are not longer allowing to carry these energies with you. You are not longer allowing. Okay, sounds weird. Not even, I don't know. Sounds a little bit off. Okay, either way, we understand. They must stay where they belong. The frequencies do not match. They cannot come to your new reality anymore unless they change their frequencies. When they do, they will. So you must be okay with letting go for now, or for a long time, or forever, as you think in your lives right now. You must let them go and stay where they are. Energetically also. Are you ready to do that? He says. And I say, yes, of course. And he says, are you sure? Oh my gosh. Yes, of course, I am sure. All of it. Please take it. Take a nice and deep breath. All right. So all of a sudden, the flower closes again and it goes underneath the water. And it starts spinning again, but underneath the water. And this time it's not spinning to the right, it's spinning to the left. It's like making a vortex. And as faster as it moves, there's this energy coming out of the flower. Kind of like whatever it is releasing from me is coming out. And when it touches the water, it kind of like has an effect. It was kind of like a dark smoke, and then it starts to sparkle inside the water because it's being transmuted into a different type of energy. It's so interesting that we are under the water doing this because, of course, the people that you are attached in the past or that you have issues with or that you love but it's not working out with them, even if they're your family, all of that has to do with emotions. So it makes sense that we are underwater. We are in a way drowning, killing, removing, releasing, letting go of all of that. And the water is healing and transmuting and alchemizing this energy. And this is going to help them as well, because the energy that is being changed, my feelings for them, for example, or your feelings for them that are not positive, that was in a way going towards them too, even if you didn't want to. So by you releasing this and transmuting this energy, now that is no longer there, now more positive energy will go towards them, so they might be able to change or heal or help themselves in a different way after this, not having this energy in between both. So that's wonderful. And I was gonna say all of a sudden we're done and the prayers are confirming. Okay. The flower went up again to the top of the water. And it's slowly opening up. Now that it's open all the way up, I am not inside the flower. That's interesting where I am. I don't know where I am. I am next to Anubis. Wow, how did I get there? I don't know. I see that we are not alone. Now I see Anubis, Sekhmet, Isis, Ma'at, and Thoth, and Horus, Ra, Hathor too, and other gods and goddesses. They're all around they kind of like showed up like if it was like an apparition, like a ghost. Like all of a sudden they're like appear and they are around the pool or the circle, but they're not facing the circle, they're facing me and Anubis. And so Isis is in front of me and she steps forward. She opens her wings and wraps my body with her wings. And she's sending so much love. And she starts to glow. She whispers something in my ear. She says, "Welcome, daughter of light." And she kisses me in the cheek and goes. And then Sekhmet comes forward. She has fire in her hands, like a ball of fire. She placed the ball of fire inside my belly. The fire starts to grow bigger, but doesn't burn me. It's actually cold. She said, you will know what to do with this. This is because of your courage to always do what you must do. And for your divine rage, that anger that sometimes you feel for what is an injustice in your eyes. This will help you control it better. She blows her breath in my face, and it looks like fire. And she reminded me of a dragon for some reason. Like her face all of a sudden was dragon looking. Okay, that's so cool. Thoth comes forward. He gives me a pen that is like a feather. And he says, for your ability to always write and speak the truth. And then Ma'at appears next to him, and she also has a feather, and she puts one feather in my head for my connection to the divine and following her principles. Thank you, she says. Thank you for always trying your best. We know that all of you always have that intention. Don't be so hard on yourself when you, in your mind, make a mistake. There's no mistakes. There's just lessons. Now all the gods and goddesses are around me and you. And it's like a group hug, almost, because they're getting very close and we're all touching each other. Because I hear a very deep voice and it feels like source voice because it kind of like echoes and resonates and in a way, in a different way. And it says, because we are all one. Because we are all one. That is beautiful. And Anubis grasps my hand and says, let's go. You did what you came to do. And now you can continue to go on. Basically, he's kicking me out. I don't want to go. Can I stay? He says you can stay and you can come whenever you want. But I tell them thank you for this beautiful journey that we had together. And I will walk back. And he says, as a new person. So we walk forward into the pathway, the way we came. And now this hallway has more light, because at the beginning it was very dark and only I could see the light at the end of that pathway or hallway. I feel like we are in the halls of Amenti. He says yes. So now we're walking and the lights, there's a lot of light. And we go up the stairs. And on the right, that is where we came from. So I put my hands on the wall, and there's something opening, so I can cross on the other side. But before I leave, I turn around and I say thank you to Anubis. He says, before you go, all of you, do not forget, or I must say instead, remember, you are all part of us. We are all one. There is no separation, only unity between us. It is just your perception that separates us. So, now that you know, you change your perception and know that we're always with you, that you are divine just like us, and that you can do anything we do. And he gives me a hug, and he puts his third eye with my third eye, and we are exchanging some type of energy from the third eyes. He says we are connected always through the third eye. This is our doorway. You can always call us in, and we will come to visit. Thank you. This was wonderful. Thank you. And then I go outside the door that I open. He comes with me. I thought he was gonna stay. He just takes me to the same place I opened the other portal, in silence, to make sure I arrive, I guess, over there, to make sure I leave. And I go. And the portal closes, and I'm back home in Egypt. But in the normal times, 2026. Okay, until next time.